In a cozy coffee shop, Julia, an adventurous woman, sits by the window. As she sips her coffee, she gazes at the bustling city streets, looking restless. Suddenly, her phone vibrates with a text message. Ready for an adventure? Julia smiles and types back, always. She clicks on a notification from Yebo Travel. The ad reads, the best cities to visit in 2025. Yebo Travel, your world. Visit us at www.yebo.com. Her eyes widen with excitement. She thinks, this is it, the adventure I've been waiting for. Later that night, Julia is back at her apartment, surrounded by maps, brochures, and her laptop. On the screen, a list from Yebo Travel titled Best U.S. Cities to Visit for 2025 pops up. She scrolls down, clearly intrigued. The list includes New York City, Washington D.C, Boston, San Francisco, Chicago, and more. Whispering to herself, she wonders, where do I begin? She picks up a pen and starts circling the cities she wants to visit. New York, Chicago, San Francisco. Julia stands in Times Square, surrounded by dazzling lights and the city's hustle and bustle. She's ready for this new chapter. The Yebo Travel app reminds her, your next adventure awaits. Filled with excitement, she thinks, this is what living feels like. She snaps pictures of Central Park and the Empire State Building and the Museum of Modern Art. She immerses herself in Broadway shows and enjoys food from street carts. In Washington, D.C., Julia meets Max, a fellow traveler passionate about history. They cross paths at the National Museum of American History. Max, grinning, asks, first time in D.C.? Julia, laughing, replies, first time anywhere, really. I'm chasing something. I think I'm finally finding it. They bond over their shared love for exploring new places. Together, they tour the Smithsonian museums, visit the National Mall, and end up at the Lincoln Memorial watching the sunset. Julia stands at the edge of the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, the wind whipping her hair as she looks at the city lights, deep in thought. Julia, in a reflective voiceover, says, I came looking for adventure, but I found so much more. I found myself. Max calls her from behind, his voice loud with excitement. Hey, Julia! I found a spot for the best tacos in the city. You in? She smiles and joins him, looking back at the Golden Gate Bridge one last time. Back in her hometown, Julia sits in the same coffee shop where her journey began. She scrolls through photos on her phone, memories from her travels. A notification from Yebo Travel pops up. Your next destination is calling. Julia responds, yes, always. She grabs her bag and heads out the door, ready for the next chapter. The camera lingers on the Yebo Travel ad, which reads, Yebo Travel, where will your journey take you next? Start your adventure today with Yebo Travel. Whether it's the cultural heartbeat of New York City or the tranquil beauty of the West Coast, Yebo Travel will guide you to your next unforgettable journey. Visit us online at www.yebo.com and take the first step toward your dream vacation.